Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. We've got a Kastle MX 75 for you today. Just a rippingly quick ski for most front side applications. Has a little bit of that all mountain flair to it, but not a whole lot. This thing is certainly more happy on firm snow, groomed terrain, and all things on piste. This ski returns unchanged for 2024. We did get a fiberglass upgrade for last year, so they would preform the fiberglass laminates to put them in the ski as opposed to building them while they built the ski. The new way gives it more consistency, and they're able to put a little bit more energy into it. Gave it a little bit of a different sound, but certainly you could feel the difference in the pop coming out of the turn. And that's something that these narrower MX skis certainly have in spades when it comes to on-trail performance. We are still built with that poplar and beech wood core. They use very thin stringers and a lot of them. That creates that dense, damp, and smooth feel, as well as that high quality and very precise character to the ski. That's helping that price tag climb just because of the amount of sophistication in that wood core, but it does add up to performance on the hill for sure. This thing makes some of the cleanest and roundest turns out there, especially for having this kind of all-mountain shape and a narrower bodied footprint. We also get their Holotech in the shovel. That's keeping things quiet. There's that beautiful carbon inlay in there as well. So it's quick, it's agile, not a whole lot of chatter up in the tip. And then 2 sheets of metal and those 2 fiberglass laminates throughout. That metal ends in the tail, and it does so in a pretty burly way. They basically have this third portion of metal here that goes into the tail, sandwiched in, very blocky, squared off. When we look at shape, it all kind of comes together. But just having that extra beefy part in the tail gives this thing a lot of power at the end of the turn, propelling you into the next one. So pretty cool stuff coming from Kastle. Certainly, this high quality build and materials does make a difference when it comes to on snow and carving performance. Not a whole lot of skis at 75 underfoot that aren't shaped specifically like a race ski. This thing still has a lot of pedigree that filtered down from the wider, the 98, 88, and 83. So as the narrowest of the MX line, certainly has a lot to offer in terms of front side character, but still has that kind of all mountain pedigree to it. I like these narrower skis in this all mountain range just because I enjoy making quick turns, and this thing does it better than most of them out there. But not a lot of rocker to talk about. We do have that camber underfoot, but for the most part, this is a fully rockered ski, I would say. And then no taper as well. So long effective edge. The longer the edge is in contact with the snow, the smoother the overall feel. And then that continues through the tail. What they're putting back here in terms of this tiny amount of splay and this tiny, tiny amount of taper, I would hardly consider that any type of rocker. It really just kind of goes tip to tail in terms of snow contact, and then the metal squared off tail built back in here just adds to the mix. 15.4 meters here in the 172. It's a bit short for someone like me, but for a lot of skiers, the length is a little short, not the turn radius. I really like that 15-meter arc in something like this, but the length is a little bit short. But overall, just makes super clean round turns down the fall line, across the fall line. It's about as close as you're going to get to a front side ski while still kind of retaining that all mountain character. So that's what separates this from a lot of other skis in the mid-70s range, especially things that are built as a wider version of a race ski. This is kind of the opposite, where it's a narrower version of an all-mountain ski. So make sure you check out this Kastle MX 75 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.